So Peter Borg here, live at the Southport Weekender 50th anniversary. I've got Tony Humphries with me for a quick chat.
Hey, hello.
You're here now, obviously, for the 50th anniversary, and it's not the first time that you've been at Southport.
No.
What's this? It's got to be probably about 10 years, not more than that, you've been coming to Southport, is it?
I assume so.
You know.
But, you know, it's a great program. It's a great event to be at, to perform at. It's just, in my opinion, it is one of the most important events to perform at.
You've just come off the stage where you just done your set. What was the vibe you was getting out there?
Well, the vibe I got was pretty good, and you know, it's sort of like, I don't know what he's playing, but I know that they will, you know, find out what it is probably in like 2 days.
Lots of hands in the air, lots of happy people. Like.
Yeah, and if I didn't get it, you know, it would be fine. I mean, I just take a responsibility in what I play. I had an idea what I was going to play before I got up there. And when you only have an hour and 45 minutes, you got to know what you're doing, or it'll just fly by. So it was great, you know. I think I got in what I wanted to get in, and they responded pretty well.
Your kind of original history, obviously, the Zanzibar, New Jersey, kind of the scene back then, how it's all changed. I mean, give the audience a bit of an understanding about where that's all come from.
Well, it was an underground scene. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Started out as a mobile DJ, making my runs, trying to pick up songs. And I got an invitation to go out to New Jersey, you know, which I thought was like, wow, another state, like, oh man, what am I doing going out there? And, you know, a friend of mine said, come out there and check it out. When I went out there, I was like shocked. I was so shocked. It was the nightclub out there, which was a motel, and the ballroom was changed into a nightclub. It was a Lincoln Motel. They took their ballroom and turned it into a club, and it was called Club Zanzibar.
Right.
And didn't realize that the people who worked at this motel was also friends of the people who worked at the Paradise Garage in New York.
Okay.
So they happened to be buddies. And so they basically duplicated what the Paradise Garage was in a smaller way. And the person who installed the sound system, Richard Long, that was his baby, basically in New Jersey, because he got a chance to like showcase what he wanted to. And again, when I went out there, I was like, oh my God, this is the Paradise Garage all over again. What the hell? And I said, I hope not too many people know about this because I got a shot. You know, I was like, this is gonna be my Paradise Garage right here. And I went through the ranks, you know, there were icons who were playing there. You know, Hippie Torales, there was Larry Patterson, there was T. Scott. There were icons there before me. And they were a close-knit group of friends. For some reason, you know, they took me under their wing, and I guess the rest, you know, is history. I'm forever grateful.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happened, and basically I was there for like 11 to 12, 13 years.
Wow.
What else can I say? After that, I got an offer from Lynn Cosgrove, then working for MOS, Ministry of Sound, and actually the first person who asked me to come to England was Danny Rampling. Danny Rampling came over to, you know, to the club, Danny and Jenny, and they asked me to come over, and I was like, I'm sorry, man, I'm too busy to go over. I mean, I was doing the radio Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, doing the club Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, it was no disrespect. I was just like, you know, hey, man. He stayed in New Jersey for a week and a half until he got me to come over. Forever grateful, new experience. I was shocked. Actually, the first clubs that I did for Danny was I did Shoom, and it was High on Hope, and then I also did Confusion with Kid Bachelor. Those are the 3 clubs I did for someone over, and my God, I'll never forget it. It was just crazy. It was just crazy, and it impressed me so much that the next trip that I made to England, I brought 11 or 12 people from my club over. So instead of getting paid or getting a wage, I took 11 or 12 people over to experience what I experienced. And that's what happened the second time.
Wow.
So it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. But then obviously with the stuff that you did at Zanzibar as well, and the Jersey scene, that also coined the phrase Jersey Garage as well, right?
Well, there's a lot of, editorial or whatever, there's a lot of confusion. I understand you have to label stuff to sell it, market it, whatever the case may be. But we put on a showcase in New Jersey, basically, to showcase the artists that were in New Jersey. And there was an event called Jersey Jams. So I believe after that, that's when the press, be it British or whoever, said, you know what, this is something special that's going on in New Jersey, so let's call it the New Jersey Sound. Now it's Blaze, it's Jomanda, it's all these people. All of a sudden, they had to find a way to package this. And
right.
That's where I believe this whole thing about, the New Jersey scene happened. But basically, I was playing New York stuff. I'm from New York. I was born in Brooklyn.
It's not a million miles away.
Yeah, well, long enough. So, I realize I'm in their territory. A lot of people felt like, why this guy from Brooklyn? Why can't it be one of our guys from New Jersey? You understand what I mean?
Right.
So with that sort of envy or animosity, I said to myself, I have to take care of what's going on in New Jersey. So I made an effort to make sure anything of credibility that came to me from New Jersey, I was going to play it, push it, showcase it. That I made an effort to do that.
Right.
Okay. To keep the heat down, if you know what I mean.
Did it take a while to get accepted?
You know what? That's a good question. I never really knew if I was accepted by the people of New Jersey. I have no idea to this day. It'd be a good question. I can't answer that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're kind of known. When people hear Tony Humphries, straight away they think Zanzibar.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So they associate.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I mean, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
But how I was accepted, I have no idea.
Right.
That's a great question to ask. Somebody from New Jersey, one of the producers or whatever. I try to make sure they all got a chance to perform at the club. I tried to pull the record labels to the club. I did all the political things I could to bring attention to that place.
Right.
So I hope it turned out well. That's all I can say. I have no idea.
And then obviously YellowOrange, your label that started up and released some.
It's funny.
Tracks.
It's funny about YellowOrange. It's really funny. I really didn't have any intentions to have a record label at the time, and Louis Vega called me up and said, "Hey man, thanks a lot for giving me the Jomanda record. Everybody wants to be somebody. Blah blah blah." He says, "Well, Mark Finkelstein is Strictly Records. He wants to take on 3 or 4, 5, new labels to distribute." He says, "Man, you should start a label or something." I was like, "Come on, Louis, man, I got no time for that shit." I said, "Okay, fine." So there was rumors out that I was going to come out with this label, Finally, I did it, and it was great. It was great. YellowOrange was great. I think there were like 5 independents underneath Strictly. Just the Basement Boys, there was myself, YellowOrange, and there was a couple of others, Roger S, and 2 other ones, I think. But it was great. And unfortunately, when Strictly decided to go to do a deal with WB, with Warner Brothers, I was basically told it got to be too corporate, and he didn't like it, and he ended it. And that's where we ended.
Right.
So that's what happened.
And then you launched Tony Records straight after that, or?
About a year after, so.
Right.
About after it, yeah.
And you've still kept the same consistency going from YellowOrange to Tony Records constantly.
Exactly. Exactly. So when Strictly closed, then YellowOrange closed, and then we went for Tony Records, and same format, same style, but I decided to try to do something different, trying to be relevant, and I says, you know what? I'm gonna let some of my guys and my friends in Italy handle it, and the reason why, because I figured they were younger, you know what I mean? They had more access to a lot of European stuff quicker. I says, you know what? So it doesn't sound, so it's not redundant, and I keep putting out the same sort of stuff. Maybe a little bit of an edge. I said, you guys handle it. So basically, Tony Records has been working out of Rome.
Right.
That's what's been going on with Giacomo Berarducci and Maurizio Clemente. So it's worked out fine.
You've had some really successful samplers come out, some successful.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, the boys. I mean, from Frankie Knuckles to, you know, Quentin Harris to, you know, everybody's sort of getting on board, and it's really cool. It's really cool now, man. We got some really nice records, nice singers. It's very good. It's very good right now. I'm happy.
Good stuff. So anything exciting to tell the audience about what's coming next?
We got a lot of things up our sleeve that we're gonna drop. We're gonna drop in about a month. It's gonna be shocking. Just check out Tony Records, the website, and we'll give you some tidbits.
Right, that's TonyRecords.net, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
TonyRecords.net. So,
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have some powerhouse things coming out soon.
Brilliant. We look forward to it.
For sure.
Thank you so much for your time.
You've got it, man. It's been fun.
Thank you.